Hi everyone, hope you're doing good. Welcome back to another episode in the Metallica 40 series. In this episode we're going to be ranking all the album openers and closers. Now, I've done a couple of these episodes now. It's getting pretty long, the series now. So if you have missed any episodes, then there's a playlist on the channel if you want to catch up. But also, if you're new and you like the content I've been making, please consider subscribing and checking out the other playlists on the channel and share with anybody you think might like this content. All feedback and comments are much appreciated. And also a massive thank you to everyone who's already subscribed and for watching, commenting and everything like that. Really much appreciated. Now let's just get straight into this video. So we're going to start with ranking the openers. It's just the 10 studio albums, not Lulu or anything like that, just the 10 studio albums, official studio albums. The openers were quite hard to rank because, to be honest, I like them all. Yeah, so it's quite hard to put them in a ranking, but here we go. My number 10 was Ain't My Bitch from Load. I think that's a really cool song, but compared to the others, it's just not quite as good. It's more of a sort of a bluesy, rocky kind of sounding song, which is quite cool. I do like the song, but yeah, as I said, just not quite as good as the others. Number 9, I've got Frantic from Saint Anger. I actually really like that song. That's probably my favourite song off Saint Anger. Yeah, it's just really cool. I really love the riffs in it, and the bit at the end is really cool. Yeah, like that one. Number 8, I've got Fuel from Reload. Yeah, it's a really awesome song. One of the big main singles off that album. Probably one of the best songs off that album. Yeah, it's a banging tune, love it. Yeah, everything about it is just really cool. Number 7, I've got Hardwired from Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Yeah, some people might think that's a bit low. When I was doing the list myself, I was thinking, really, is that all the way down there? But it just goes to show how good their opening songs are, really. But yeah, I love the ferocity of it. It's just old school thrash. But I think what lets it down for me is the guitar solo. It's a really poor. Really think that the solo is terrible, to be honest with you. I think that's what lets it down, but the song itself is really cool, fast paced, thrashing, love it. Shame it's all the way down here. At number 6, I've got Enter Sandman from the Black Album. Again, you'll probably think that's a bit low, but I think it's a cool opener, and based on like opening tracks, the way it builds up and then goes into the riff, really cool. The guitar solo is really cool. James's vocals is great on that song. So yeah, I think it's really great, but I think the others are better than that. Yeah. So number 5, I've got Hit the Lights from Kill 'Em All. Really awesome track. Great opener to the album. Yeah, that's what this my list anyway is based upon. Like how great a song to open an album is. It doesn't really matter about the actual quality of the song. It's like whether it packs the punch that an opening track should. And yeah, I think Hit the Lights definitely does that. The way it just comes in and then comes in with that riff, that fast-paced riff. Love that. The solos are incredible in that song as well. Yeah, number 5, Hit the Lights. Number 4, I've got That Was Just Your Life from Death Magnetic. I absolutely love this song. It's just an awesome, epic opening song, which I absolutely love. The riffs are insane. Really awesome thrashing song. Really long, really technical. An epic opener. Love it. Number 3, I've got Blackened from Injustice for All. Again, some people might think that's a bit low for that song, and yeah, I absolutely love the song. But I think the top 2 are just slightly better than that. But yeah, no doubt that there's no getting away from that song is just fantastic. Awesome when they play it live. Yeah, that some really awesome technical riffs. The solo is brilliant again. Yeah, no bass, shame about that, but oh well. Yeah, Blackened number 3. Number 2, and this will give away number 1, but number 2 is Battery from Master of Puppets. That was one of the very first Metallica songs I ever heard, and absolutely loved it. Loved the sort of classical intro, and then it goes into the heavy bit, and then it just goes into the thrash. Love that when it just goes straight in with the awesome thrashing riffs. The solo is incredible. I love the amount of changes there is in the song, the tempo changes. It's a great song, but for me, the number 1 just beats it by just about that. And yeah, if you know already, you probably know already, my number 1's Fight Fire with Fire from Ride the Lightning. Yeah, as I said though, all of these songs are very close to each other, but that one is just about my favourite. It's just awesome, so fast, so heavy. I love that sound on that album. The solo is really cool, really technical, really fast. The drumming is incredible as well. Absolutely love that song, and yeah, that's my number 1. Now we're on to the closers, and I'll tell you, this wasn't as difficult to make because there are some songs that I'm not a massive fan of here, and some that are just really, really great, and then some in the middle. So here we go with my number 10. I've got Fixer from Reload. I'm just not a massive fan of that song. I think there's some cool riffs in it, but it just drags on too long. It tries to be the Outlaw Torn .2, but it's just not. I just don't think it's as good. It's just a bit long. The chorus is a bit naff and goes on too long. I'm not a fan of that song. Number 9, I've got All Within My Hands from Saint Anger. Yeah, people will think that's a bit strange that I put Saint Anger last in my album ranking, but both their openers and closers are not bottom. That's because they're just a little bit better than those tracks, to be honest with you. Well, I think anyway. But yeah, All Within My Hands is a really cool song. There's some really cool riffs in there. Yeah, it goes on a bit too long, but oh well. The bit at the end is really cool when James just has a bit of a mad fit and just keeps shouting kill about 40 times. It's a bit crazy. But yeah, I ain't really got much wrong with that song. I think it's a little bit better than Fixer, so that's why it's number 9. Number 8, I've got The Outlaw Torn, and I really, really like this song. Real sort of slowed down, bluesy track. It does go on a little bit, but I don't mind that. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, Kirk does a pretty cool sort of slide guitar solo, which is cool. But yeah, I just love the whole vibe of that song, and the bit at the end is really, really cool, where James is just riffing out that riff and Kirk's accompanying it with a pretty cool ascending riff. I like that. Yeah, it's a cool song. Number 7, I've got The Struggle Within from the Black Album. Cool song, but yeah, there's just songs better than that. The chorus is okay, a little bit meh, but there's some cool riffs in it, and the solo's alright. So yeah, number 7. Number 6, I've got My Apocalypse from Death Magnetic. Yeah, it's a really cool sort of thrashy song. Some really awesome bits in it. That bit in the middle where they do that sort of technical riff. I remember Kirk saying that he really had to practice that when they were playing it live, and if he didn't, he'd get it wrong. So yeah, but it's still pretty cool, nice solo, and yeah, really cool thrashing song. Number 5, I've got Spit Out the Bone from Hardwired to Self-Destruct. That is a really cool, epic, long song with loads of changes, lots of riffs going on, lots of stuff going on. The solo at the end is pretty cool. Yeah, it's just a great, epic, long song that is really awesome. I like them kind of songs, so yeah, that's at number 5. Number 4, I've got Damage Inc. from Master of Puppets. I think it's a really awesome song, but personally I think there's 3 songs better than that. But yeah, the solo is just mad. That was when Kirk was back in his prime, doing some awesome shredding solos. Yeah, awesome thrash. But for me, I just prefer the others. At number 3, I've got Metal Militia from Kill 'Em All. It's just an awesome song. I think that's one of my favourites off that album. Yeah, I just love the ferocity of it. It's just mad everywhere. It's just going crazy. And the bit in the middle where it sort of changes up. Yeah, the solo's great as well. And then at the end it just fades out and comes in the marching soldiers. Really cool. Love that song. Number 2, I've got Die As Eve from And Justice For All. Yeah, it's just awesome. One of the best songs I think they've written for technicality. Some of them riffs are so damn tricky. Yeah. And the guitar solo towards the end is just mad. Just mad, just insane. The drumming's great, the riffs are awesome. Even though I'm pretty certain Testament nicked that riff for one of their songs on Brother of the Snake. But yeah, Die As Eve, number 2, just excellent, excellent song. And that gives away my number 1. If you don't know already, it's The Call of Cthulhu from Justice For All. That's one of my favourite Metallica songs ever. You know, it's just a long, epic instrumental at the end of the album, and the way it builds, the way it you know, to's and fro's, and the guitar solo is amazing. The musicality on that song is by far the best that I think Metallica have ever done. You know, everything about that song is fantastic. Cliff's bass is he's just going mad on that bass guitar. I love it. Yeah, that's my favourite closer. So that is my album openers and closers ranking. I'd love to know what you thought of my rankings and what would be your rankings. Would be interesting to see what other people think. Yeah, I've got lots more Metallica related stuff coming out in September and towards the end of the year. I'm just going to keep going. I've got some more stuff planned for this series. Yeah, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, keep it metal.